Hi guys, welcome back to Jane Talks. Hope you're having a good week so far. I feel like I've been really busy, um, and part of me's not really sure with what, but I guess that's a good thing. Um, I've been reading this book about a survivor of a Nazi death camp, and it's a book that many people are probably quite familiar with. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And I had never read it before. I had heard about it, but I had never read it before. And it's really interesting. And I know that the things that those prisoners endured are far beyond anything I've ever endured or actually can even imagine. Being having food and shelter and warmth taken from you, like those are the basic necessities of life. And I don't think, in the privileged country that we live in, I don't think we can actually imagine that, which is a huge blessing in itself. But I guess I know that the last couple weeks, I've been really impressed with Thanksgiving and gratitude. And I did an exercise this week. The challenge was, I'm trying to think how to put this into words. The challenge was to take a relationship that you're not happy with, even if the person is no longer in your life, to take that relationship and find 10 things to be thankful for in that relationship. And I think it was a really, really good experience for me in that there was lots of times during my marriage and even afterwards, things that I was thankful for. And I'm not saying that I did the best job that I could expressing that thanks. I tried, and I could have done better. But it was a great experience for me in that I think it helps to, I don't really know how to put it into words. I think it helps to remember that there is always, every cloud has a silver lining. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. One of the things that I just read in the last couple of days in the book that I mentioned was how after they were liberated, they had to learn to feel again. And that was something that I really identified with. Just from my own personal experience, I can't identify with what those men and women and children endured in those death camps. I can't. I don't have that kind of experience. But I can identify with the feeling of almost believing that your situation was surreal, and I guess one of the things that really stuck out to me was he mentions that when they were returned to their hometowns, some of them, their families were gone. Their families had been taken from them and disposed of in one way or another. And really, in a sense, they had nothing to go back to, and yet to them, because of what they had endured, they had everything to go back to. And the people that had been spared that kind of treatment had no idea. And some of the most common comments were, well, we've suffered too. And what was the other one? Oh, we had no idea. And those two comments right there really struck a nerve with me. And I know that at first, when I first became aware that there was a name for what I was going through, and the severity of it, the seriousness of the situation, the family life that we had, how that was affecting my children, and much later how it affected me. And I think that when I first came to realize that, I was almost angry, wondering, like, why did people why didn't they do something? Like, seriously? You suspected, you saw, you were concerned, but you did nothing. Nothing. Like, oh my goodness. And I feel like those feelings are natural and normal. And for me, I don't want to get stuck in, playing the victim and having anger control me. I want to be happy. I want to go forward. There's so much of life that I haven't even experienced yet. And it's so exciting to me. I'm so blessed in so many areas. And if I focus on all that negativity, that's not going to get me anywhere. And that's not who I am. And that's not what I want. And I think it's really interesting how it's quite simple to turn your thoughts around from negative to positive. And really, the basis of it starts where? Thankfulness and gratefulness for everything that you have. And sometimes when the pressures of life crowd around you, like if you're stuck at home with the kids and they're driving you nuts, or if work is extremely hectic and weighing you down, or if you're having some trouble in your marriage, or I don't know, maybe one of your children is struggling with something, or one of your dear friends is struggling with some illness or some horrific struggle that they're dealing with. You can still find good things, positive things. And I think reading this book has helped me close a few more doors and move forward in some ways. And I'm thankful for that too, because I have to forgive myself for I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to say that hindsight is 20/20. So if I knew then what I know now, and if I had the strength then that I have now, some of the things that happened would not have happened. And I'm thankful that I can see that now. And I have to remember not to berate myself for not being strong enough then. I did the best I could. I know I did. I wasn't perfect. I'm still not, and I'll never be. But I have a heart full of love, and I'm willing to admit my mistakes and to move forward and to be open to growing and learning. And that is an amazing, amazing feeling. So I hope you all have a great week, and count your blessings. See you soon.